I still visit to this day. Go back and catch up with Coach Moffitt. I love Coach Moffitt. Me and Coach O go way back. He's a Louisiana native. He's such an awesome guy. He deserves everything that's happening to him right now. He deserves it. He's been working so hard, and he's such a great people person. And I just continue to just love LSU. I love them.
What does that mean to you, that you're welcome back to visit and go see these people? I'm sure that makes you feel good, huh?
That makes me feel great because at the end of the day, there's no hard feelings because we worked hard. I feel like I accomplished goals there, and I did my job. And I learned a long time ago from Jimbo Fisher, it would be in our quarterback room. Do your job. Coach O just shakes my hand. I actually brought my little nephew to the camp last year, and he kicked it with my little nephew, Romel, and you got an awesome uncle. He was a great player. The last time me and Coach Miles talked, we were at the La Burge Casino having our reunion, and my mother was there as well. And he told my mom, and he told me, one thing we could say about Ryan Perrilloux, he was always ready.
I mean, I know both of you wanted to play, but what kind of relationship did you and Matt Flynn have on that team?
Me and Flynn friends. That's my friend. I cared about Flynn. Flynn cared about me. We work so hard together. You got to think, we together every day in that film room. It's bigger than just the field. You become friends. And I wanted to see Flynn. Flynn had a career where he sat behind Jamarcus and all of these guys, but still was able to come out the way he came out. That's an amazing story. He's a 5-year guy. And what I can say about that is that he had patience. And his patience is what made him great.
You get to start the SEC championship. When did you find out that, hey, Ron, you're going to start this game?
Oh, I was practicing that whole week as the first team guy. Flynn had just hurt his labrum. But Coach Miles, Coach Miles is the best when it comes to throwing you off. So when we get to the game, Flynn taking all the first team reps as we're preparing for the game.
In Atlanta?
In Atlanta. And I'm taking the second team reps. And I'm thinking, I've been taking first team reps all game. So when we get to the game, Coach Miles, Flynn taking all the first team reps. And right before the very first snap, Perrilloux, let's go. Here we go. Let's go. He wanted to keep Tennessee off track. He was great at that.
Being coy.
Yes.
Yeah. To his own players.
Right. Right. I did not know that. I knew I was supposed to start, but when we get to the game, I didn't know until it was game time.
Yeah. You were up there, you're the MVP, the team is celebrating with the trophy. What is Les Miles telling you at that moment?
You deserve it. He hugged me and said, you deserve it.
What was that moment like for you?
Well, that showed the father figure in him. Because when you're a head football coach, these are your guys. This is your team. And you're the father figure. Yeah. And he just straight up told me, you deserve it.
I know the national championship, you didn't play a ton in that, did you? A little bit?
2 plays.
2 plays. All right. But I'm sure you were still excited.
Crunk. Wow. I'm so excited because we just won a national championship. I'm excited for my teammates. And I'm excited that I'm about to be the starter next year.
In New Orleans?
In New Orleans, my hometown. I still was growing up, still learning. I was a kid. I still was a kid.
In 2008, how old are you?
I'm 20.
In the spring of 2008, you're 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
A lot going on around me. And little things was the problem with me. It wasn't big issues. It was the small things. Can you go to class? Can you take care of your business? And that's ended up piling up to now it's a large thing. And that's how that kind of happened with me.
Yeah.
That's why I tell kids these days, take care of your business. On time, on task. Be somebody that's accountable, somebody that you can trust. Small things, but in this world, the small things can add up. And that's the thing, like, miss a meeting, you think that's nothing, but that means a lot to a coach. Like, I can't account on this guy. Is he accountable? And now at my later age in life, I realize communication is key. Call, let someone know what's going on. Let them know the time frame. Give them opportunity to make decisions within that. But you just can't leave or just not show up.
So what would the 32-year-old Ryan Perrilloux tell the 20-year-old Ryan Perrilloux?
Son, relax. Be patient. Your time is coming.
Your time had come. I mean, you were going to start.
I was going to start.
Yeah.
But when you living in a moment, sometimes you don't know you're in that moment until it leaves you.
So when you're missing class and missing meetings, what are you doing?
Sleep. Just being a kid.
Yeah. Like, did you forget, or you just defiantly, I'm not going to go?
Just kind of like, we was on a strict Coach Nader. Shouts out Coach Nader. Got to give Coach Nader the big shouts out. We had itinerary.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can miss something on the itinerary because it's long. And Coach Nader will walk you through it. But sometimes, most likely for me, I think, I don't know if I was forgetting, but I wasn't doing nothing. I was just in the apartment asleep.
So are there warnings coming from Coach Miles or other coaches? Ryan, you need to start showing up. You're in danger of being off this team.
Yes, many times.
Are you getting scared by that? That's not waking you up?
It is, but I'm performing.
At practice, you're performing.
Yes.
You feel like you're throwing touchdowns, there's no problem.
Right, but there is a problem. Because you still have to do the other things that it takes to be a student athlete, which means going to class, being a leader, not just on the field, but off the field. And that's what I would tell my younger self. It's not just being a leader on the field, you have to still be a leader off the field.
So that talk about football players, they don't have to go to class, they don't have to go to meetings, that's a bunch of BS.
That's BS. They better show up.
The day that you were dismissed, Coach Miles called you up, your mom was there too?
Mm-hmm.
Said, hey, this is not going to work anymore?
Mm-hmm. And he said it's simple like this. He's not doing what I expect of a student athlete. And let me go.
Ryan, 12 years later, you being dismissed from the football team. Does it hurt more now than it did then? How do you look back on that day?
It hurt more then than it does now. Because that probably was something that had to happen for me to be a better man as an adult.
Yeah. To go to Jacksonville State. You do have a Super Bowl ring with the Giants.
Yes, maybe all of that had to happen for me to understand hard work, accountability, all of those things. Maybe it had to happen.
Got your college degree. And
got my degree and everything.
Not going to get your degree skipping class at LSU.
Exactly. Come on.
How much do you think about if Ryan Perrilloux is a starter at LSU in 2008 and 2009, what kind of teams could LSU have had?
Definitely was going to win another national championship, and I'm not being cocky about it. I know it's the truth. A lot of those guys was coming back. We was losing Darcy and a couple guys, but offensively, but we had a solid squad. Those guys could play, and I was ready.
What were you thinking watching Jarrett Lee that year throw all those pick sixes?
Oh my God. I just was always thinking, I was always praying for him. If he would have had just 1 year just to sit back and let me go out and do my thing and then come in and get his experience, it would have never been like that for him. He wouldn't have had to go through that.
Because when LSU's quarterbacks were struggling at times on these post-game shows, maybe some of these guys have been drinking a little bit, but they'd be like, Ryan Perrilloux threw off our quarterbacks for years, 2 or 3 years, because this guy had to play, he wasn't ready, and blah, 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 blah. I mean, did you hear that kind of stuff? Or?
I did.
Yeah.
But, like I just said about Jared, if you'd had 1 year under me, because I'd have been gone. If you'd had 1 year under me, would have never missed a beat, because Jared is very talented. I played with him, I practiced with him.
Yeah.
That arm, his confidence, but by getting thrown out there so early, and the speed of the game is so different, it affected him a little. And so I could take that blame for what happened with the quarterback situation. I can. But just like at Jacksonville State, the quarterbacks that came behind me at Jacksonville State, all of them went on to be really nice college quarterbacks, because they had an opportunity to sit back and relax and watch. I needed the mistakes to become a great father that I am now, teaching my daughters about accountability, responsibility, on task, on time. Take care of your business first.